and teachers in navigating computer applications and communication platform. Magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. First and foremost, let me just express our biggest thanks, of course, to the regional office, to the HRDD for this opportunity to once again have or to create a better version of ourselves right after this capacity building. And also, let me also congratulate the 3 others SDOs who have been aiding us and giving us a big service, a quality service for that matter, in delivering the first 3 days of this capacity building. So kudos to you guys. Congratulations. And of course, thanks for paving the way for day 4, which is now hosted by the City Schools Division of Tanauan. And finally, thank you and kudos to all of you viewers who are watching us right now. Thank you very much for staying with us since day 1 and hopefully until the last day you're going to be with us. So thank you. And to formally start up our program for this afternoon, may I invite everybody to please join us in paying homage to God and to our country by joining us in an ecumenical prayer, which will then be followed by the singing of a Makabayan song.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شامل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمة في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the light of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with the prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Manama, mawantog ka. Warag po ko iling ko'y ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko. Busa ikaw lang ang alagaran ko.
Ilalay mo ang buhay mo para sa kapwa-tao. Mahirap man, tuloy pa rin ang laban.
Iniwan ang tahanan upang paglingkuran ng bayan. Tiyahin na ang mapapalad sa di makitang banta. Kahilagan
now on their most comfortable conditions and ready to kick off this engagement that we have this afternoon. And speaking of our engagement, let me just at this point remind everybody to utilize our comment section so that you can greet our fellow Batangueños joining us in this afternoon. Try to greet every educator, Batangueño educators there is, as I recognize each and every SDOs we have in this cluster. Starting off, of course, from Batangas Province. Magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat dyan sa Batangas Province. Joining us today, of course, the SDO is headed by no less than their SDS, Ma'am Marthel Evardome. Ayan, magandang tanghali po, mabuhay kayo dyan. And right now, I want to give a shout out to our educators joining us all the way from Batangas City. Ayan po. Magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat. Of course, Batangas City SDO is led by no less than their SDS, Sir Felizardo Bolaños. Ayan, magandang tanghali po. And right now, let's head over to the next SDO, which is Lipa City, SDO Lipa City. Ayan, shout out to all the educators, the Batangueño educators there joining us in this afternoon's engagement. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Of course, SDO Lipa City is headed by their SDS, no less than Sir Homer Mendoza. And of course, last but not the least, the host SDO for this afternoon, no less than the City Schools Division of Tanauan, headed by our SDS, Sir Rogelio Opolencia. Ayan, magandang tanghali po sa lahat ng educators natin from Batangas Cluster. Greeting you all. May we be in a good condition and good health in joining us in this afternoon's engagement. And to move on with our engagement at this juncture, let me just remind everybody once again to try to reiterate our Google Classroom and course rules and regulations. So let me once again browse or brush through to each one of them once again. So number one, always check on your registered emails for instructions. Remember, everything is channeled through our Google Classrooms, okay? And always be on time and be punctual, okay? The third one is always check on your classroom works in the Google Classroom for all the course requirements and outputs to be accomplished. And then accomplish your assignments and all assessments with diligence, and then submit them in your Google Classrooms. Now, if you have questions, clarifications, comments, or even suggestions, especially those that are not going to be accommodated during the course of our discussion today, you may always channel it to our Google Classroom stream. And basically, we have SDO personnel who are manning those Google Classrooms, and they are going to gather all those questions, those reactions or comments, and they will be channeling it to the facilitators, or if not, to the regional office. Yeah. Also, let us be mindful that during this engagement, we are observing the Data Privacy Act of 2012. So let me remind once again everybody to observe that recording without due consent of those concerned is a violation of this particular law. Okay, so moving on to the course requirements, rules, and regulations. So number one, prompt and complete attendance to class is always a must. Okay, so try to complete the attendance to this program itself. And number two, all of the tasks that you must undertake will be assessed by a designated program management team. And the third one, a certificate of participation or an e-certificate will be given to everyone who will be completing their attendance for the course of this training. And of course, only those who are able to satisfactorily complete the course requirements will receive the certificate of completion. So that's about it in terms of reiterating our Google Classroom rules and regulation. Okay, so let us now get further inspired this afternoon as I give you a visionary leader, who is exemplifying true servant leadership in the City Schools Division of Tanauan. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you our OIC Schools Division Superintendent, no less than Sir Rogelio F. Opolencia, for his message.
Welcome to day 4 of your capacity building, engaging school leaders and teachers in navigating computer applications and communication platforms. So it's Thursday, 4th day of your training, at maraming salamat dahil nananatiling nandyan kayo. O, taas nga ang kamay nung present, tapikin nga ang katabi nung absent, at samahan sa pagpalakpak ang mga kasama sa loob ng virtual reality na ito. Pangalawa ay pagbati sa ating Chief ng HRTD, si Ma'am Luz Osmeña, at ang buong regional team na nag-provide ng training na ito. Sa pangalan po ng Sangay ng Tanauan, together with Ma'am Rina Ilagan, ang ating Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, binabati po namin kayo ng magandang Huwebes. At sa araw na ito, hayaan niyong i-share namin yung dalawang idea o dalawang konsepto para sa training na ito. So, ang isa ay capacity building, idea ng capacity building. So, ang capacity building po ay tumutukoy sa dalawang tao. Ang isa ay ang sarili natin at ang pangalawa ay ang mga taong umaasa sa atin. So, kung binubuo natin ang ating sarili para sa kapakanan ng ating sarili, magandang bagay yon. Pero mas maganda na pinayayaman at pinalalago natin ang ating sarili dahil alam natin na may mga taong umaasa sa atin. Hayaan natin na ang experience o karanasan natin sa training na ito ay magsilbing isang extraordinary experience that will translate our daily dealings with our co-workers and in doing our work, especially when it comes to technology. Pangalawa is the word navigating. Navigating pertains to a driver, the one who leads the direction. Saan tayo pupunta? Saan mo igigiya? Kung ang sarili natin ay pinalalago natin, para kanino? Para saan? Ano ang direksyon? Sa panahon ngayon, dapat nating malaman at maunawaan ang mga dahilan at ang mga layunin kung bakit kailangan nating gawin ang lahat ng mga bagay na ito. Alalahanin natin na walang taong nabubuhay para sa kanyang sarili lamang. Higit sa lahat, may mga taong umaasa sa atin at ngayon kailangan natin palaguin ang ating sarili para sa kapakinabangan ng iba. Kaya ang 4 na araw ay hindi sapat para sabihin natin na yayaman ng ating sarili. Pero ang 4 na araw na iyon ay magiging makahulugan kung pagkatapos ng mga gagawin natin sa mga araw na lumipas at sa mga araw na darating ay may nadadagdag sa ating pagkatao, sa ating mga kakayanan para sa kapakinabangan ng iba. Mula po sa lungsod ng Tanauan, panahon na para magbago tayo, panahon na para lumago tayo, panahon na para makinabang iba dahil sa paglago ng bawat isa sa atin. Mabuhay tayong lahat, mabuhay ang probinsya ng Batangas, mabuhay ang DepEd Calabarzon, mabuhay ang sambayan ng Pilipino. Gawin natin ang lahat ng ito para sa bayan. Salamat po.
May God bless you even more, sir. And thank you for stressing enough that we don't just do this for professional development, but eventually realize that we do this to benefit our learners, our customers, eventually for nation building. Thank you very much, sir. And also, my thanks goes out to all the SDS for the past 3 days for continually serving, supporting to the best of their abilities our educators in their respective division. With that, my salutation goes out to all of you. Thank you very much, sir. And of course, at this juncture, let me just be reminded, or let us just remind everybody that we are aware of the power interruptions that are going on in some parts of Batangas right now. And for those people out there, need not to worry because this stream is still going to be available in YouTube. So pwede nyo lang pong balik-balikan itong ating video so that you can catch up with Day 4's event. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving on with our program at this juncture, let us now try to find out how we are doing in terms of this course or this capacity building, which is why I am now inviting to the platform our partner and the SEPs for M&E, or Monitoring and Evaluation in the City Schools Division of Tanauan. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sir Sander B. Castillo for the CAME results. Sir Sander, take it away.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. It is my privilege to serve as the CAME associate of this 5 days training. And my task this afternoon is to give you the report from day 1 to day 3 of our harvested responses coming, of course, exclusive from the SDO Tanauan C. So I have here my PowerPoint presentation ready, prepared for all of you. Before that, I would like to reiterate that all the templates and forms that we used here are all copyright protected because this process is ISO certified by the TUV norm. Okay, so we have here the scale, or the what we call the standard that we follow, or the following scale and verbal interpretation in all the indicators that we presented in our online evaluation form. So as you can see, 3.5 to 4 means outstanding performance, and the rest follow. For the total number of respondents for our day 1 is 621. The day 2 is 655, and the day 3 is 650. For our facilitator, for day 1, nakatanggap po sila ng 3.85. For our day 2, they received 3.89. At day 3, nakatanggap po sila ng 3.85%. And for our session, day 1, nakatanggap po sila ng 3.86. Day 2, 3.91. And day 3, nakatanggap po sila ng 3.87. For the comments, suggestions, and feedbacks of the session, ito po yun, papasahin po natin. Very random po yung pagpili namin dito. Number 1, turn learning into a highly creative and fun session. Room for improvement is always there, but platform can be hampered by no supply of electricity. Unstable net connection affects the session, which is correct. The participants should be given enough time to make the output. Kaya po medyo hinabaan po ng ating PMT ang oras, panahon, at araw para po ihanda at isumite ang mga output po ng ating participants. So they are very responsive to your feedbacks and concern. The sessions was very interesting. However, the audio was not clear and the internet connection hinders the participants to fully understand and follow the flow of the session. You don't have to worry, guys, kasi ito po ay recorded. Pwede po natin siyang balik-balikan. And the PMT, all you need to do is to ask the copy from the PMT or from the division personnel para po if in case nais nyo po siyang balikan, pwede nyo po siyang tingnan sa recorded video. Continuation of the feedback, pagdi-discuss ng hindi mabilis para makasabay ang mga guro at pagtatanong kung nakakasabay pa ba ang mga guro. Ito naman pong concern na to ay na-address, kaya po ang lahat ng classroom po ay meron tayong naka-assign ng mga teacher or teachers These are the PMT members. So kung meron po kayong mga concerns, questions, ibato nyo lang po yan sa Google Classroom ninyo, at yung mga teacher or teachers na assigned dyan, sila po yung nagka-harvest, at during the debriefing, yun po ay binabato din po sa regional office or sa persons who are in charge of that particular concern. Check comments to correct errors and failures. Facilitators refuse to acknowledge comments in the chat box about the audio technical error of Ma'am Bulawan. Good try though, the meeting went too fast. I hope I can still comply on the answers, activities, and quizzes. You may also send us the link to those. Thank you very much for your hard work. Ayan po. So lahat ng yan, kino-concern po natin yan. Kaya po medyo as much as possible, medyo sana malimit natin yung sasagot natin or pag-greet natin doon sa ating chat box, yung mga hi and hello, good morning, good afternoon, para yung mismong question, clarifications, or komento nyo doon sa konsepto na dinidiscuss ng FASI, yun po yung nakaka-capture ng ating mga PMT members and teachers po ng kada Google Classroom. Now let's move on to another indicator, and this is the program management team. Congratulations, because you did a good job, a great job. From day 1 up to day 3. Day 1, you got 3.88. Day 2, 3.92. And day 3, you got 3.87. For the statement of the objectives, day 1, you received 3.88. Day 2, 3.91. And day 3, 3.87. And for the delivery of content, day 1, you got 3.89. Day 2, 3.91. And day 3, 3.85. With the total average score, ito po yung average score per day. Day 1, 3.87. Day 2, 3.91. And day 3, 3.86. Na ang verbal interpretation po nito lahat ay outstanding performance. Ayan. So congratulations po. Well done po sa lahat po ng bumubuo ng trainings na ito. Let's move on now to the next slide. Ayan naman po, bigyan naman natin ng diin ang Learning and Development Journal ng ating mga participants. So very selective din lamang po ang na-captured namin dito, but we make sure na talagang ito yung juiciest, kumbaga. So number 1, sabi dito, I learned that we should be acknowledgeable in using computer application for the betterment of our school operations and learning management, which is correct. As a teacher, I learned that it is very important to us to know the use of Google Forms, docs and sheets and slides. Even we are in the X generations, we must be the 21st century teacher so we can show or give the learnings effectively to our students. Tama naman talaga, kailangan nating sabayan ang kung ano ang nasa henerasyon na kinabibilangan natin. Otherwise, we will suffer from what we call generation gap. Number 3, through Google Drive, unlimited features of saving files, teachers can save effort to use different devices to save files. Tama po yan. So dati talagang bumibili tayo ng hard drive, ng USB. Ngayon, yung pala sa Google Drive, pwede tayong mag-save as lahat na yata pwede nating i-save dyan sa Google Drive. So congratulations po. Sabi naman dito sa I realized that we are truly blessed with applications that are truly useful in the teaching and learning process, and it is really up to how we teachers maximize the use of these applications. Number 2, I realized that when you were typing in caps lock, it means that you are shouting. For me kasi, when I'm using caps lock, I'm just emphasizing something. From now on, I will not use, especially when chatting with to my students. Tama naman po talaga with my students. Kasi minsan ang caps lock po, ang interpretation dyan ay galit. So let's limit that. So that's another lesson that you learned. Congratulations po. Number 3, I need to explore and equip myself with these Google apps like Calendar and Google Meet for me to deliver quality instruction and connect with my learners. Lalo po ngayon sa SDO Tanauan, hindi naman po sa pagmamayabang, lahat po ng guro namin ay may laptop, lahat ng aming junior high school and senior high school, lahat po ay may tablet. So this is very possible na magamit natin at mamax out natin lahat ng ating Google applications available. I intend to more practices using the different applications today so that I will be equipped enough to the needs of my learners. Keep in mind all the etiquette manners I have learned today so that I can be a good digital citizen. I intend to apply and improve what I have learned from this training. Ayan. So congratulations once again. For the comments and suggestions, for day 1, the program was well managed. The whole webinar are impressive. The speakers are brilliant and the hosts are lively. So congratulations po sa ating day 1. Hosted by SDO Lipacity. Tama, Doc V? Day 2, it is just the audio during the first session that makes participants become a little bit bored and confused. However, the session was interesting and useful. Ibig sabihin po ay talagang mahuhusay po ang ating mga invited speakers. So congratulations. The second day, topics and discussion are very helpful to teachers, especially that we are utilizing the platform applications nowadays. It enlightened me further the important usage of other applications. Thank you po, or thanks po. Day 3, your endeavor is highly appreciated. Thank you so much. Hoping that the activities posted in the classroom have a clear directions on how do we do it, especially where do we have to save this activity once the activity or one activity at a time. So yung mga concern pong yan, binabato kaagad natin sa Google Classroom natin at lahat po ng mga teachers na assigned dyan, direkta pong dinideliver yan sa ating mga PMT members and of course the facilitators para po balikan agad kayo. Huwag po kayong mahiyang magtanong kasi libre po ang pagtatanong. Unlimited po yan, parang comment section box ng YouTube. So with that, for our day 4, this is our official link for our online evaluation. This will open at exactly 5 in the afternoon and will automatically close at exactly 6 p.m. We encourage you guys to be very transparent in sharing your comments, feedbacks, and suggestions because sabi nga po ng the famous cliche of all time, sabi nila, the breakfast of the champions are feedbacks. So once again, congratulations to all the PMT members, the lead persons, to Dr. Vivian Petrosanta, and of course to Sir Butch, the HRTD of Tanauan City, to our Schools Division Superintendent in SDO Tanauan, ASTS Mamrina. Thank you very much po. If you have questions, concerns, and clarifications, please do not hesitate to email me at my official email address, sander.castillo@deped.gov.ph, and my official number is 0905-520-9756. So with that, thank you very much, and let us always work together. Mabuhay po ang DepEd Tanauan, mabuhay po ang SDO Tanauan, DepEd Tanauan, and of course, Batangas. Bye!
Thank you very much, Sir Sander Castillo, for doing at least a recap and of course, emphasizing enough the relevance and the importance, of course, of gaining and obtaining these feedbacks for our continual improvement, for customer satisfaction, and of course, for delivery of quality services. So as an ISO certified organizations, we all know how important it is to process this kind of feedbacks. So thank you very much. At least you also did a lot of recap there and insights coming from our participants for the past 3 days. Thank you, sir, and may God bless you. So right now, we are getting ready once again to listen and engage in one of our or for our discussion this afternoon. But before we go to that, I know that everybody is coming from a morning full of work, a day's work in the morning. And right now, I know that stress and exhaustion is just lurking around. So let me just invite everybody to join me and just give you or put you in the proper condition to listen to our discussion for this afternoon or engagement for this afternoon. So this is just going to be simple and just going to take a few minutes of your time. So basically, you just have to follow my lead. And the first instruction is you're going to put your hand in front of you like this. And the other hand will be tracing the fingers one by one, up and down. One by one, up and down. So when you trace one finger going up, you're going to be inhaling very slowly through your nose, okay? And while tracing it down, you're going to be exhaling through your mouth slowly. So we're going to do it in all our fingers. Again, going up, tracing up, we're going to inhale from our nose very, very slowly. And tracing down the finger, you're going to exhale through your mouth also very slowly. Okay? So before we start, I want everybody to be in their most comfortable position, sitting down, your backs rested, and get yourselves in the most comfortable position as we start this. In 3, 2, and 1. When I say trace up, breathe in slowly through your nose, and going down, exhale through your mouth. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale through your mouth slowly. Once again, inhale and exhale. Continue. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. You might find this a very simple activity, but you may continue if you want to do so to feel even better. But let me tell you this, that particular activity is just a simple activity to get us in the right condition to listen once again, putting our brains, our thinking and emotional brains all together so that we are going to be in the proper condition to listen to this afternoon's engagement. Okay, so I hope everybody is now in a good condition, ready to listen, because now I'm going to introduce our topic for this afternoon. And this afternoon is session number 9, which is going to be talking about Google applications in the Google Classroom. And we will be graced by 2 our profound speakers or experts in this field of endeavor. So first, we have the ever reliable, a dear friend of ours who's very supportive every time we need him, especially during the pandemic days. I'm talking about the Senior Education Program Specialist from the HRDD of Region 4A, Calabarzon, no less than our dear friend, Sir Mark Anthony Malonzo. And he is also going to be joined by another expert, an expert in systems management and systems analysis, who is also a doctor in education coming from the Technological Institute of the Philippines and now serving as the Information Technology Officer of DepEd Bacoor City. And I'm talking about no less than Sir Julie Boy Valeroso. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our speakers, turning it over to you, gentlemen. Take it away.
Good morning po sa ating lahat. So, nandito po tayong muli sa ating Capacity Building Program for Teachers and School Leaders. So, ngayon pong araw na to ang ating topic naman po ay Integrating Google Apps in Google Classroom. So, kasama ko po rito si Sir Mark Anthony R. Malonzo at ako po si Julie Boy Valeroso from DepEd Bacoor City. So, to begin with, I just want to share with you the terminal objective of this session. At the end of the session, participants shall integrate Google applications and tools using Google Classroom. And then, enabling objectives, the participants shall enable themselves to set up Google Classroom and its related applications, organize class and learning management system or yung tinatawag nating LMS in the Google Classroom, and appreciate the uses of Google application and tools in the Google Classroom. Bago po tayo pumunta po sa ating lesson regarding Google Classroom, explain ko lang po yung tinatawag nating bird's eye view. So dito sa ating bird's eye view ay parang whether you want to see the whole picture or you want to see the picture in details. Yung para bang you have to understand if you have to zoom in or zoom out yung tinatawag nating mga topics. So unang-una po ay dito po yung Google Classroom or how to create and set up, and then divided it into 2 topics. So, we have here the organized class or paano tayo mag-invite ng co-teachers po natin o mag-invite ng students, and then yung organized LMS naman po ay yung structure, modules, topics, subtopics po o yung mga activities. So, dito sa organized class, meron po tayong tinatawag na stream and people. So, yung pag-a-announce po natin, and then yung people nga po, yung tinatawag natin paano mag-enroll ang mga bata o paano natin isasali yung ating co-teacher. So dito sa organized LMS ay ganun din po, 2 topics din po yung na subtopic po. We have here the classwork, paano tayo mag-create ng assignment at ano ba ang kaibahan ng assignment sa questions. Ayan. So dito po natin pag-aaralan. And then the other one is yung grades o yung marks na tinatawag po natin. Paano tayo mag-import ng grades o paano tayo i-check, paano tayo mag-check ng grading system dito sa ating Google Classroom. So creating and setting up Google Classroom. So unang-una po, log into your DepEd email account. Ayan po, at the upper right corner, click this button. Yung may pula po, ayan po. And then click Classroom. Ayan, nandito na po tayo sa ating Google Classroom. So unang-una po sa lahat, click po natin yung plus sign na sa upper right corner. May lalabas pong menu po dyan, Join Class or Create a Class. So click na natin yung Create a Class. And then required po dito yung class name. So bahala po kayo kung anong gusto po yung section o anong class name po ilalagay ninyo. And then section po, hindi naman po required yan, pero kayo din po kung gusto nyo pong mag-encode o mag-type po. And then subject, room, and then click create. Ayan. So meron na po tayong Google Classroom class. Ayan. Ngayon naman po ay ating pong gawin o i-set up yung ating DepEd Order number 31 series of 2020 o yung interim guidelines for assessment and grading in light of the basic education learning continuity plan. So dito may weight of the components for grade 1 to 10. So base po yan sa DepEd Order. So susundin po natin yung DepEd 31 kumbaga yung sa grading system po. So yung grading system na yan ay yung tinatawag nating written works and performance tasks. Di ba? Puro modules yung po ating ginagamit o yung iba naman po ay gumagamit ng tinatawag nating online. So dito po sa DepEd Order number 31 ay yung aking example po, although grades 1 to 10 po yan, so ang aking example po ay grade 3. So written works po niya ay 40% at ang performance task niya po ay 60%. So ESP po yung aking ginawa. Ayan. So una-una po sa lahat ay click natin yung setting. Punta po tayo sa setting. Di ba ito na po yung ating nakapag-create na po tayo ng Google Classroom. And then click natin yung setting, yung may gear po doon sa upper right corner. After that, may lalabas po dyan na tinatawag na marking. So mark the calculation. Yan, click lang po natin yung drop-down menu. So meron po tayong no overall mark, total points, weight, ayan. And then, select po natin yung weighted by category. So pagka-click po natin yan, ito po yung itsura niyan, makikita po natin, ay enable to show overall marks students. So enable lang po natin yan para nakikita din po ng estudyante po natin, hindi lang po tayo. Para maging transparent po tayo. Ayan, so dito sa mark categories po natin, sabi ko nga kanina, susundin po natin yung DepEd Order number 31 po. So add mark category po tayo. Click lang po natin yung mark category. Kasi pag nag-create po tayo ng Google Classroom, hindi na lang basta-basta mag-create ka ng assignment, mag-create ka ng quiz. Kaya nga tinatawag nating learning management system. So may sistema po at meron po tayong tinatawag na organize po yung ating Google Classroom. So dito unang-una po sa lahat, kailangan muna natin itong sundin. Yung tinatawag nating DepEd Order number 31. So written works po, ilalagay po natin dyan ay 40%. And then, ayan, enter lang po natin yung components. And then the other one, add category po tayo ulit. Pag nag-click po tayo, i-encode na po natin yung 40. So ito po yung ating i-encode, di ba? Written works, 40%. Performance task, 60%. Kung gusto naman ninyo, science po kayo, tinuturo po ninyo, o math, nasa inyo na po yan, 50-50 po yan, o MAPE, EPP, or TLE. Sa akin po kasi ESP, so 60-40 po tayo. Yun ang example po natin. Pwede naman po ninyong baguhin o i-add po natin. So, encode natin yung ating written works as 40%. Yung percentage po natin, 40. Performance task, 60. So, remaining ay 0 na kasi 100% na po siya. Ayan po. So, dun muna po natin isa-set up yung ating Google Classroom. After that, ayan. Click natin yung save. Nasa taas po yan. So, wag po natin kakalimutan i-click yung save. Kasi napag-aralan natin, di ba, the other day, yung Google Form, yung tinatawag nating documents o yung Google Docs ay auto-save. Pero dito kapag inedit natin yung settings po natin o naglagay po tayo ng ibang settings, kailangan i-save po natin yon. So, wag natin kakalimutan po yung click save. Ayan. So, na-save po natin. So, meron na po tayong 40% for sa written works. And then, meron po tayong tinatawag na other is 60%. So, paano naman po tayong mag-enable o mag-disable ng code? Kasi pag once na nakagawa po tayo ng klase po natin, automatic by default po ay meron na po tayong class code. So, nandito po yung class code. Ayan. So, para matanggal po yan, kasi pangit naman po yan, baka mamaya mas maganda po kasi kapag email ang ibibigay natin sa ating estudyante para mag-enroll. Kasi kapag binigay lang natin yung class code, baka yung ibang students o na hindi na mga ibang learners na hindi naman kasama sa klase natin, i-encode nila yan, mag-join sila. Hassle po sa teacher po yan. Although may control ang teacher, pero syempre, kung madami po yan, edi nahirapan din i-disregard niya. Ayan, yung nung teacher, yung mga batang hindi kasama sa klase. Para po mas safe o mas maganda po, ay i-disable na lang po natin. How to disable yung ating class code? So, again, punta po tayo sa settings sa gear, nasa upper right corner po yan. And then sa general po, ayan, nandito po yun sa bandang general, meron po tayong drop-down menu, may display, copy, reset, and disable. So, di-disable lang po natin, click natin yan, ayan, disable naman po. Ngayon, paano naman tayo mag-organize ng isang ating klase? O yung tinatawag natin, paano natin i-add yung mga teachers o teacher. For example, bakit tayo mag-a-add ng teacher? For example, nag-absent po tayo. Meron po tayong hindi na inaasang pangyayari na pero mawala naman po sana na may nangyari po tayo na hindi tayo maka-join sa ating klase. So, pwede natin tawagin yung co-teacher natin na siya muna ang mag-handle sa ating klase. Ayan. So, paano po yon? So, unang-una po, ay bago po natin i-discuss po yan, I just want to discuss first the 4 tabs sa ating Google Classroom. So, meron po kasi tayong 4 na tabs na makikita sa ating Google Classroom. Meron po tayong stream, meron tayong classwork, people, marks, or yung tinatawag nating grades. So, ano ba yung stream? Pag sinabi nating stream, the stream is the social hub of Google Classroom. This is where announcement can be made by teachers. For example, para tayong yung nasa wall po natin sa ating Facebook. Kapag po tayo po ay nagpo-post po tayo, nag-share po tayo ng thoughts po natin, ay dito sa Google Classroom, yan po yung stream na tinatawag. O nag-greet po tayo sa ating mga students, yan, dito po natin itatype at dito rin po pupunta yung mga messages o sagot ng mga bata o yung ating mga learner. Yan. Any assignments created on the classwork tab are announced on the stream. Yan po sinasabi. Parang yung sinabi ko kanina na parang tinatawag nating yung pinaka-default natin sa ating Google Classroom. Yan yung una-una nating makikita. Yung next naman pong tab ay yung tinatawag nating classwork. Pag sinabi nating classwork tab is where teachers create assignments and organize them. So, yan yung tinatawag natin na pwede dito yung page natin dito na mag-design tayo. Maggamit po tayo dito tayo mag-create ng assignment, ng quiz. Ayan, dito po tayo sa under classwork. And then yung people naman po ay yung design to add or invite teachers o yung mga learners po natin o yung mga students po natin. And of course, the marks o yung grades po natin. Sa akin po kasing account, marks po ang nakalagay, hindi grades. So, pares lang din po sila. So, the grading section allows you to indicate how classroom will handle points or grades. Yan po yung 4 na tabs na gagamitin po natin sa ating Google Classroom. So, again, meron po tayong stream, may classwork, may people, and marks. So, yung stream po ay dito po pumupunta lahat ng announcement po natin. Ayan, yung classwork po natin ay dito tayo mag-create ng assignment, ng quizzes. Ayan. Yung people naman po, dito natin ino-organize yung ating klase. Sino yung i-invite nating students. Ayan. Yung co-teacher po natin. And then yung mark po, dito po pumupunta yung mga grades. Okay po? So, 4 po yan. Ngayon, sabi ko nga kanina, paano tayo mag-invite ng ating co-teacher o teachers? Una, pumunta po tayo sa people, click po natin yan, and then click here to add. Ayan, yung may plus sign. After that, pwede nating i-type yung email ng ating co-teacher. Ayan, pag tinype natin, for example, ayan na po, type natin yan. Email address ng ating co-teacher, and then, click natin yung invite. Ayan, so na-invite po natin. Siyempre, in-invite po natin yan. So, bubuksan po ng ating co-teacher yung kanyang email at i-approve po niya. Kasi, kaya although, for example, ganito po yung ating tinatawag nating in-encode natin, in-enter natin yung pangalan o email ng ating co-teacher, bakit naka-gray lang yung font? Hindi naka-black kasi hindi pa po ina-approve ng ating co-teacher. Ganon din po yan mamaya sa ating students. So, mamaya naman po yan. So, kapag na-approve na po yan, magiging darker na po yung text po natin. Ayan. So, adding students to a class naman po, yung ating learner. Sabi ko nga kanina, di ba, marami kasing ways kung paano natin i-add yung ating mga students sa ating klase. So, pwede nating ibigay yung class code. Mas mabilis po yun, pero mas delikado po yan kasi baka mamay pamigay ng bata sa ibang kaklase niya o kaibigan niya para siya ang mag-join. And then, meron naman po, isa-isa nating i-encode yung ating email address ng ating mga bata. Or, pwede naman nating i-type yan sa Excel and then copy-paste po natin. Ayan, pwede naman pong gano'n. So again, just click people and then click here to add student. Ayan po. Ayan, invitation link, pwede natin ipamigay yan. Yung code, invitation link. At yung huli po, kung paano natin mag-add ng students po ay i-type po natin yung kanilang mga email address. Ayan. Enter email address and then, for example, tinype ko po yung jv907@gmail.com. Ayan po, nandiyan po yung result. Click natin yan and then, click natin yung invite. Ayan po. So, dito naman po sa student account, so ganun po lang po kadali po. So, una, pwede natin ibigay yung ating class code sa bata. Pangalawa, yung link. Pangatlo, yung ating pag-encode ng kanilang mga email addresses. Ayan. So, ito naman po yung student account. Anong makikita ng bata kapag in-invite po natin? So again, pumunta po yung bata, mag-open po ng kanyang browser, ng Google browser o any browser na pwede niyang gamitin. Type lang po niya yung gmail.com. Ayan. And then, type niya po yung kanyang email address at i-click niya yung next or susunod. After that, ay yung tinatawag nating password ng bata, encode lang po. And then click next or susunod po. Ayan. So ito na po yung kanyang email address o email ng bata. So ito po ay sa learner po. Huwag po tayo malito. So makikita po dito meron po tayong class invitation. Ayan. May in-invite ko siya doon sa section na roast 3. Yan po yung ginawa ko kanina. Natandaan po natin na nag-create po ako ng klase. Ang pangalan ay roast 3. Yan po, yun po yung lalabas po. Pag click po ng bata yan, and then click niya po yung join para sumali po siya sa klase natin, and then click join or switch account. So, pwede naman natin click na lang yung join. Kapag dalawa po yung account na naka-open, pwede mag-switch. Yan, click natin yung join. Ito po yung kanyang dialog box na mag-display sa ating screen, and then click here to continue. Ayan. So, nasa loob na po o na-accept na po ng bata yung ating klase. Meron na po tayong estudyante. So, using Google Meet in Google Classroom naman po tayo. So, again, sa ating Google Meet po kasi, enroll na po natin lahat ng bata. Gusto nating magbigay ng orientation, di ba? So, yung una nating ginagawa, from creation ng ating learners, pag na-create po natin yan, gusto nating ma-meet yung mga bata sa ating online. So, bibigyan po natin ng Meet link. Ayan. Paano natin i-activate yung Meet link? Yan. To generate link for the Google Meet, click na lang po natin yung gear o setting doon. And then, ayan, meron po ditong generate meet link. Ayan, enable po natin yan. So, kapag na-enable po natin yan, kokopyahin lang po natin yan, drop down menu, copy or reset. Okay po? So, copy this to copy link. And then, yun po yung i-post natin doon sa stream. Di ba, na-explain ko na kanina kung para saan yung stream. Pwede nating i-post doon o i-type doon yung ating meet link. Or kung meron po kayong messenger, o may group po kayo ng mga bata ninyo para sa mabilisang dissemination ng information, ng message, ay pwede natin silang i-add sa Facebook o sa ating tinatawag na messenger para doon natin i-paste yung ating meet link. Ayan. Or nandito naman po yan naka-display yung ating link to join Google Meet. Ayan. Pag binuksan po nila yan, ang difference lang po kasi, ang problem lang po kasi ng bata, for example, kapag hindi the same domain ang ginagamit ng bata, o sa atin kasi ang domain na ginamit natin ay DepEd. Paano kung ordinaryong Gmail lang po, wala po sila nito. Yung link o meet link, walang naka-display sa account ng bata. So, copy-paste lang po. Sabi ko nga kanina, pwede natin copy-paste yung link, send po natin dun sa ating stream o dun sa ginawa nating Facebook o yung messenger group ng ating mga learners. Ayan. So, click lang natin yung join para mag-join po tayo o yung bata po. Okay, let's proceed with the Organizing Learning Management System. Dito naman po sa Learning Management System po ay hindi lang po basta-basta kapag nakapag-create na po tayo ng tinatawag nating Google Classroom o ng klase po natin, hindi na lang po yung basta na lang po tayo mag-create ng assignment, ng padala natin yung mga materials po natin sa bata o ito po yung ating modules o ito yung mga video presentation. No, we need to organize them. So unang-una po ay meron po tayong order or sequence. So number 1, topics po. So dito sa topics ay pwede natin sundin yung budget of works na tinatawag po natin. So sa example ko po ay since na meron po tayong 8 weeks, so week 1, week 2, week 3, ayan po. And then secondly, we have here the task o yung pag-create ng assignment o ng quiz assignment. So anong kaibahan ng assignment sa quiz assignment? Bakit meron pong ganon? And then meron din po tayong materials and questions. So here, unang-una po punta po tayo sa classwork tab. Yan, click lang po natin yon and then yung create, click natin. And then we have here the assignment, the quiz assignment. We have here question, materials, and topic. So unang-una po, bago po tayo magbigay ng assignment, kailangan may topic po muna tayo. So create muna natin yung topic. Sabi ko nga kanina, unang-una natin gawin ay yung magbase po tayo dun sa budget of works na binigay ng ating central office o ng Calabarzon. So click natin yung topic and then type natin add topic po natin. Bahala na po kayo kung ano gusto niyo pong topic. Sa akin, example lang po to ha, week 1 for example, and then click add. Ayan. And then, hanggang sa week 8 yung ginawa ko. So ngayon po, since na yung last na na-create po natin, siya po yung nasa taas, i-align po natin, i-rearrange po natin. So click this to arrange topic. Ayan, pwede nating i-rename kapag nagkamali po tayo, delete, copy link, move up, or move down. Since na ito po ay nasa taas na, hindi natin i-move up kasi kaya po naka-gray po yung text. So, i-arrange po natin yan and then we have here the move down. Pag na-arrange po natin yan, ayan na po. So, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Bahala na po kayo kung ano po yung gusto ninyong topics. Sabi ko nga kanina, example lang po itong week 1, week 2 para mabilis lang po yung ating discussion. Next po ay, ayan. So, meron na po tayong topics. So, ngayon, paano naman po yung pag-create po natin ng quiz or ng assignment? So, again, punta po tayo sa classwork. Click natin yung classwork. Ayan, create. So, meron po tayong assignment. Click natin yung assignment po natin. Ayan. So, meron po tayong title ng assignment. So, bahala po kayo kung ano po yung title po natin. Example ay pagpapakita ng mga kakayahan. And then, may instruction po natin dito. Lalagay po natin yung instruction dito. Ayan. So, dito sa bandang kanan naman po, nandito po yung settings po natin. So, for example, meron po tayong klase. So, may mga teachers po kasi na hindi natin maiwasan na meron po silang different grades na hinahawakan. So, kapag meron po kayong more than 2 na section o na grades, ay kapag naka-Google Classroom din po kayo, select lang po ninyo dito kung ano po yung section na pagbibigyan nyo po ng assignment. Kung pare-pareho lang din naman na section, o I mean parehong grade level, na grade 3, ang hawak mo ay grade 3, iba-ibang section pero parehong subject. Ayan. So, lahat po sila ay ESP. For example, ikaw ang humahawak ng ESP. So, i-click mo lang po lahat dito yung kung gusto mong padalan silang lahat ng sabay-sabay. Pwede naman po. Or by section, nasa sa inyo po yun. Click lang po ninyo yan. And then, kung for example, meron po kayong nahihirapang bata, gusto nang po ninyong tulungan yung bata o particular student or learner na gustong tulungan, pwede naman pong i-select po yan or lahat ng students. Ayan. And then, dito po natin i-click yung category na ginawa natin. Di po ba, dalawa po yung ginawa natin based na sa DepEd Order number 31 na meron po tayong written works at yung performance. So, for example, written works po muna tayo. So, click natin yung written works. Ayan, dalawa po yan. So, dito muna tayo. And then, ilang points po yung ating assignment na gagawin. Click po natin. So, ayan. So, meron na po tayo. And then, we have here due dates. Kung gusto natin lagyan ng due date, for example, ginawa natin ngayon, I want you to pass your assignment on, for example, next week, Monday. Ayan. Or the following day. Ayan. Pabahala po kayo kung anong dates. Click natin yan. And then, of course, ito rin po yung isa sa pinaka-importante, yung ating topic. Siyempre, yung ginawa natin kanina, nasa week 1 pa lang po tayo sa ating klase, di i-click natin yung week 1. Depende po yan sa topic ninyo. Para organize po yung ating Google Classroom. Excuse me. Ayan. Ngayon, kapag yung ating assignment o yung ating ginawang assignment sa mga bata ay essay type, gusto nating i-check kung may kina-copy-paste lang ba yung assignment na sagot nila, pwede nating enable po yung plagiarism. Yan. Click lang natin yung enable plagiarism para malaman natin kung ilang percent kinopy-paste lang pala yung sagot dun sa ating question. Ayan. Ngayon, kapag sinabi ko nga po, kapag yung ating quiz o yung assignment na ginawa natin ay essay type, syempre hindi na lang natin pag nag-check tayo, ito maganda, 50 points ka na. O ito pangit, 10 points ka na. No, dapat kailangan meron po tayong rubrics na sinusunod. Ayan, para guided po tayo sa pag-check. So, paano? Ayan, click na natin yung rubrics. Ngayon, paano po tayo mag-create ng rubrics? So, click natin yung create rubrics. Ayan po. Ito po yung sa assignment po natin to, di ba? So, ito po yung ating rubrics. So, enable scoring po natin. Ayan. To enter criterion title. Ayan po yung to enter points. Ilang points po ba yung ating bibigay dun sa rubrics po natin. Enter level. Kung ba yan ay, for example, excellent. Ayan. Kung maganda po yung gawa o hindi. Ayan. Pwede rin po tayo mag-add ng another level. So, then click save po natin. Ayan. For example, ito po kung ginawan ko. Yung ating criterion ay content. Yung kanyang di ba, gumawa po siya na may assignment ay paragraph form. So, nag-type po siya. Yung content po yun, i-check po natin yung ginawa niya. Ay meron po tayong tinatawag na 30 points. Ayan, para sa excellent, 20 points para sa average. Kapag medyo hindi maganda yung kanyang idea, 10 points lang. So, pangit naman kapag kahit bigyan naman natin ng points. Nasa sa inyo na po yon. Yan po lang po yung tinatawag nating pag-create ng rubrics, yung points system po natin. So, kapag gusto po natin mag-add po ulit, kunwari, content, and then originality, ayan, kung gusto nating lagyan ulit ng another criteria, originality naman, copy-paste lang po, ay nasa sa inyo na po yan. Pwede na po tayo mag-add. Okay po? So, ganun lang po mag-add po ng rubrics. And then, click po natin yung save. Ayan, sa taas po yan. Ayan. Kapag gusto po naman natin mag-upload ng template, for example, ay meron po tayong instruction sa Google Docs na ginawa, pwede nating i-add dito. So, pwede sa Google Drive, pwede sa link, i-upload natin yung file na ginawa natin kung meron na po tayong existing file, or kapag gusto nating ipalabas yung video. Ayan. O, panoorin nyo to and then make some comments o assignment ninyo regarding doon sa pinanood ninyo. Ano sasayin? Lagay po natin yung YouTube. Yan, yung link po ng YouTube. Or kapag nag-create naman po tayo, mag-upload po tayo ng assignment, pwede naman po tayo mag-create dito. Di ba una, title, pangalawa ay instruction. Instruction pa lang po, wala pa po doon yung assignment. So, pwede naman tayo mag-type sa Google Docs. Pwede naman pong naka-slides o PowerPoint sa may sheet, drawing, and forms. So, depende na po kung ano po yung gagawin po ninyo. So, napag-aralan po natin sa past lessons po natin ng paano mag-create ng Google Docs, ayan, different apps. So, ito po ay application po ng different applications sa ating Google Classroom. So, ito po yung mga different applications. So, Google Apps, Google Docs, Slides, Sheet, Drawings, and Forms. Ayan po. Click this to create Google Forms. Ayan. And then, click Save. O, ito po, click natin tong Assign o para ma-save po natin yung ginawa natin o maibigay po natin sa ating klase yung ating assignment. Ayan. After that, ayan, di meron na po tayong isa. Ngayon, paano naman po tayo mag-create ng quiz o ng assignment quiz? So, to create quiz, click Classwork, plus quiz assignment. Click natin yan. By the way, ano palang pagkaiba ng assignment sa quiz assignment? Ayan. So, dito kasi makikita natin meron na pong tinatawag na by default, kapag quiz assignment yung pinili natin, meron na po siya nakalagay doon na Google Forms. Nandito na po siya. Pero pareho lang din. Pwede naman po kayo mag-add ng Google Form doon sa assignment, pero kapag pinili natin kasi yung quiz assignment, meron na po talaga siyang Google Forms na nandito po. Ayan. So, parehas lang po doon sa ating assignment kanina. Pwede na po naglagay po tayo ng quiz 1, title po natin, instruction po, type po natin. Again, kapag gusto natin particular section o group of sections or level, ayan, dito po natin click o particular students or learners, ayan. And then category po, yung ating tinatawag na written works or performance. So, kanina, written works, dito naman po tayo, performance task naman. Ayan, pipiliin natin. And then, ilang points po, kayo na pong bahala maglagay. Then, sa date po, kung kailan ang due date, same din po yung assignment natin kanina. And then, topic, siyempre, nasa week 1 pa rin po tayo. May written works na po tayo. Mayroon po tayong performance task. And then, ayan, enable grade importing. Ayan po yung pagkakaiba. So, lagay po natin yung, i-enable po natin yung grade reporting. Kasi, for example, gumamit po tayo ng Google Forms, di ba? Na ituro po sa atin. Pinanood ko rin po yung discussion regarding Google Forms. So, may tinuro doon na kapag gumawa po tayo ng questionnaire o multiple choice, lalagyan po natin ng points at ilalagyan din po natin ng sagot na, ng key to correction para automatic mag-check. So, ganun din po dito. I-import lang po natin whatever the score na makuha ng learner. Ayan. By default, yan nga sabi ko kanina, meron na po yan sa aking quiz assignment. May Google Form po natin. Ayan po yung Google Form. Ayan. So, blank quiz. Enter rename, file name. Ayan, pwede po natin i-type yan. So, by default po, kung ano po yung title dito, yun din po yung file name. Narinig po natin yan sa nag-discuss po. Enter title of your quiz, and then enter questions, and then add choices. Either yan ay multiple choice o drop down. Nasa atin na po kung paano natin yan ilagay. And then, ayan po yung drop-down menu to select category ng ating questions, ng ating quiz. Ayan, select short answer, for example, or kapag name naman po ang ilalagay natin. O since na sila ay, kayo po, kung ano po yung gusto natin. Naturuan naman po tayo. So, enable, disable po natin yung required. Kung gusto nating required na hindi na namimiss. Minsan kasi, pag may instruction tayo sa bata, nilalagpasan lang po nila para hindi po nilagpasan yan, ni-required po natin. O mag-add ng other questions. Ayan. So, dito po, another multiple choice. So, review lang po yan. So, answer key, click po natin yan kapag yan po ay multiple choice. Lagay po natin yung tamang sagot. Ayan. At ilang points. Pwede natin 2 points or 1 point. Nasa inyo po yan. And then, click done. So, ayan po. And then, ayan, nandito po yung total points po natin. For example lang po yan ha. So, click this to configure or change setting ng ating Google Form. So, review lang po. Pag yan po ay, for example, since na ito po ay quiz, kailangan po natin i-limit to 1 response. Para hindi po ulit-ulit mag-exam yung bata. And then, i-collect po natin yung email address. Ayan po. And then click save. Ayan po yung pinaka-importante. Huwag natin kakalimutan pag pinalitan po natin yung settings. Ayan. And then X lang po natin, close natin kasi dyan po ay automatic save na po dito sa loob. Yung settings lang po. Pag pinalitan po natin yung settings, ay save po natin. And then, wag po natin kakalimutan na i-click yung assigned. Ibig sabihin, ipapadala na po natin yung ginawa nating assignment o yung quiz assignment sa ating klase. Ayan. So, click this to save or assign your assignment to your class. Okay? So, paano naman po mag-create o mag-upload ng question? Click classwork. Ayan. And then, click question. Same pa rin po yung procedure po natin. Kung ano po yung pipindutin natin. Yan, nandito naman po yung questions, instruction. Pwede rin po tayo mag-upload sa Google Drive, link, file, YouTube, or mag-create po yan ng questions sa pamamagitan ng Google Docs, ng Google Slides, Sheets, Drawings, or Forms. Yan po yung mga pinag-aralan nating different applications na pwede nating ma-apply dito sa Google Classroom. And then, click As or Assign. Ayan. Kasi question po yun. Yan po lang po yung mga pagkakaiba ng different assignment, quiz assignment, saka ng questions. Okay po. Now, paano naman po tayo magbigay? For example, we have materials. Meron po tayong module na ibibigay sa bata o kahit hindi po module o may ginawa po tayong additional information o mga drawings na nabibigay natin sa bata. So, i-click lang po natin ulit yung classwork and then click material. Pagka-click natin yung material, dito po yung titles, for example, module o self-learning material, then instruction, click add. Ayan, kapag niyan po ay nakasave na po sa ating Google Drive, click lang natin yung Google Drive. Kapag yan po ay may link na sa ibang location sa iCloud, click lang po natin. Or ng file kapag i-upload po natin or yung ating YouTube. So pare-pareho lang din po yung wag po tayo malilito. Pare-pareho lang po yung paano natin mag-add ng materials ng assignment. Ayan. Or pwede po tayong tinatawag na yon yung plus, yung Google Docs. Ayan. So for example, nag-add po ako, ayan, in-upload ko po yung module po ng ESP ng grade 3. Ayan, uploaded learning material. And then, click yung pause po natin o save po natin yan para makita po ng bata. Okay po, so ganun lang po kadali po yung difference po ng assignment, quiz assignment, ng ating questions. So, paano tayo mag-upload ng materials. Ayan. So, recap po tayo. Unang-una, bago po tayo mag-submit o magbigay ng assignment, kailangan meron po tayo munang tinatawag natin. Ano po yon? Ayan, tama po kayo. Kailangan may topics po muna tayong gagawin. Kasi nga po, kalat-kalat po yung ating mga assignment kapag wala po tayong nilagay na topic. Para po organize po yung ating Google Classroom, kailangan may topics po tayo, then mag-create na po tayo ng assignment or quiz assignment, and then select po natin yung topic po natin. Kung week 1, week 2, sa ating example ay by week. Ayan. So, we have here now the summary po. Week 1, di ba? Napakagandang tignan. Kapag week 1, ito po yung ating topic. For example, ay kayo po, kung ano po yung topic ng week 1 ng ESP, pwede nyo pong i-type dyan. Week 2, wala pa tayong ginagawa kasi wala pa naman po tayo sa week 2. So, week 1 pa lang po tayo. So, nandito na po yung uploaded materials. May question po tayo. Meron po tayong assignment. And meron po tayong quiz. So, nandyan po yan. Yan, pag nakikita po natin yung... Ito naman po ay yan. So, dalawa lang po kasi yung ginawa kong klase. I mean yung student ko po. Dalawa lang po sila. So, meron po akong assigned at yung handed in. So, ito po, di-display lang po niya kung ilan po yung student na natin sa ating klase, at yung handed in naman po, ilan pong mga students ang sumagot na o nag-turn in dun sa ating assignment o yung pinapagawa po natin. Makikita po natin. Ayan, so students account naman po tayo. So ano po makikita ng estudyante kapag tayo po nakagawa po ng ating assignment o ng mga quizzes? So unang-una po, ayan. So, naturuan po natin yung bata kung paano po mag-join ng class. Yan, click lang po natin to access your class. Then, ito po yung itsura po ng account ng bata, ng ating learners. So, dito po sa bandang left side, ay nandito po lahat ng summary ng ating pinapapasa o binigay na gagawin po ng bata. So, dito, click this to view all upcoming assignment or quizzes. And then, dito naman po sa taas, click this to view or assignment quiz din po. Pwedeng dito, pwede rin po dito sa classwork. So, nasa bata na po yan. So, pag clinic niya po yung classwork, ito po yung makikita niya yung week 1. Di ba may ginawa po ng teachers o ng teacher na week 1 to 8. So, ang makikita lang po ng bata kung ano po yung ginawa po nating topic at kung saan po natin nilagay yung topic o yung mga assignment natin sa ating topic. So, in our case, ay week 1 po yung ginamit lang po natin. So, yun lang po ang makikita ng bata, week 1. So, meron po siyang tinatawag nating yung learning materials, yung module po natin na in-upload kanina. Ayan, pag clinic po ng bata yan, pwede niyang i-download. Yan, para ma-download po yun. I-click niya para ma-view or ma-download. And then, meron din po tayong tinatawag na questions. At meron din po tayong assignment o yung quiz assignment po natin. So, pag clinic po niya yan, kapag yung quiz assignment ang ginawa natin ay Google Form, automatic na po yan. Lalabas na po yung form na yan, pwede na pong sumagot ng bata. So, doon sa setting po natin ay isa lang po, di ba? Tinuruan naman po tayo kung paano gumamit ng Google Form. Yan, summary lang po yung atin. So, ayan po. Pag clinic natin yan, Google Form, ayan. Click to take your quiz. Ayan po. Or, pwede naman pong pag binuksan naman po yung email ng bata, ng ating learner, makikita naman po niya dito may notification sa email. O meron pong mga marireceive siyang email po na regarding dun sa assignment niya. Pwede niya din po niyang i-click yon kung hindi niya nabubuksan po yung kanyang Google Classroom. Pag binuksan ng bata yung kanyang email, ito po yan. I-open lang po niya yung quiz. Ayan. So, ito po yung quiz niya. Ganito din po yan pag pumunta po siya. Kapag meron po siyang quiz, pwede niyang mag-create. Ayan. Kung gusto niyang sagutin po yung quiz, o pwede niyang i-download yung binigay ng teacher. O pag sinagot natin yan, pwede natin mag-create. Meron po yan lalabas na Google. Tinatawag nating Drive, link, file, o pwede tayong Google Docs, slides, sheet, drawings. Ayan po. Hindi po forms. If you notice po, wala pong forms dito. Kasi bata po ito, account po ng bata. So, ibig sabihin, dito po siya sasagot. Pwede niyang gamitin sa pagsagot. For example, ay pag quiz 1 ay Google Form, automatic po yan. Pag click niya, lalabas po yung Google Form. Kapag yan po ay paragraph, for example, meron pong in-upload yung teacher na Google Docs, dito po niya madadownload yung Google Docs at kung gusto niyang sagutin po yan, add or create lang po siya ng Google Docs. Kung slide po ay presentation, ng sheet po ay kapag yung parang Excel po. Ayan. So after that, kapag na-upload na po niya yung kanyang assignment, pwede na po niyang i-hand in. Ayan, isasubmit na po niya. Click this to submit your assignment o yung kanyang quiz. Pagka-click po niya, ayan, nasubmit na po yun. So, yung sa teacher side naman po, paano naman po mag-i-import ng grades? For example, ay ang Google Forms ang ginawa ng teacher at yan po ay mayroon ng grade. Di po ba, naglagay na po tayo ng 2 points per question o 1 point per question, i-import po natin yon. Kapag essay po kasi, mano-mano po tayo maglalagay. Ayan, yun lang po yung pagkakaiba. So, kung ikaw ay teacher at ayaw mo ng hassle na mag-check, magbasa ng magbasa, puro multiple choice. Nasa sa inyo na po yun. Kung mahilig naman po kayo magbasa, di essay type yung inyong pa-exam. Ayan, gagawa nga lang po kayo ng rubrics para fair lang po yung pag-check po natin. So, paano natin i-import yung grades po natin ng bata? Ito po yung summary. Ayan, punta lang po tayo sa grades. So, dito po, makikita natin kung ilan po yung nagpasa na. So, dito po ay tagi-isa po. Isang assigned, isang handed in. Sabi ko nga kanina, kapag assigned ay dito natin malalaman yung ilan na po yung bata na natitira na hindi pa po nagpapasa o nag-handed in ng kanyang assignment. Dito naman po ay ilang students o learner ang nagpasa ng kanyang assignment. Ayan. So, i-import po natin yung grades. And then, click import. Ayan. So, pupunta na po yan. So, makikita natin, nandito na po yung grades. Kapag in-import po natin, 10 points for example. Ayan. Si JB po ay nakapag-handed in. Yung isa po ay hindi pa po sumasagot. Ayan. Displays the assignment quiz assigned to a student. Ayan, ito po yung pinaka-summary po natin. Since na ako yung isa lang po, JB lang po ang sumagot, ito lang po ang lalabas. Pwede nating i-copy-paste po yan sa ating Google Sheet o sa ating Excel. So for example, meron po tayong, ito po yung imported recorded grade in quiz 1. So siya lang naman po ang sumagot, kaya siya lang po ang mayroong grades. So, for example, gusto nating i-copy-paste. So, ito po ay Google Sheet din po yan. So, based on sa DepEd Order number 31 na written works lang po at performance task. So, meron tayong 40%. Meron din po tayong 60%. So, pwede natin yan, pag in-encode natin yung pangalan ng bata rito, automatic po yan. Pupunta na po yan sa second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, saka sa summary. And then, pwede na muna natin, kung nangyari, ang ating written works ay 5 lang. Bahala na po kayo na i-edit po yung 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Tapos the rest ay wala blanco. So, dito naman po sa class record po, ay kapag meron po tayong validation ng grades, ng numbers. So, kapag nilagay po natin dito, for example, sa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ay 5 points, hindi ka pwedeng mag-input ng 6. Mag-error po siya o magwa-warning po. So, less than 6 o equal to 5 or yan po. Ganon din po yun sa performance task. Ayan. So, 1 to 10, for example, 50, ayan. So, 60, 40 po yan. So, naka-transmute na po tayo. May transmutation table po tayo doon sa based doon sa nilagay na tinatawag nating may attachment po doon sa DepEd Order number 31 kung saan po doon yung transmutation table. Ayan, kapag yung score ng bata na pinag-plus yung performance saka yung written works, ito po yung kanyang grades. At meron din po siyang tinatawag na kapag yan ay ma-identify natin kapag yung bata ay bagsak, kapag yan po ay naka-red po, kapag yan po ay below 75. Yan, pag 74.9, bagsak po siya o pwede namang i-run off, magpupula po siya pag basta't mababa po sa 75. Yan po. So yan po yung ating tinatawag nating Google Classroom. So kung may katanungan po kayo, ay pwede kayong mag-chat at sasagutin po natin after this lesson. And then before po tayo matapos, I just want to share isang verse lang po from Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. Alam po natin that we are experiencing this difficulty, itong pandemic na to, naghihirap po, hindi lang po ang Pilipinas, kundi buong mundo po. Kaya ang sabi po ng Panginoon kay Joshua, be strong and have good courage. So ganun din po tayo mga educators po, maging matatag po tayo. Ayan. So, i-follow po natin yung recommendation po ng mga medical team po natin na follow social distancing, magsuot po tayo ng face mask. Yan. Kahit nga po kapag sinabi nating may pananampalataya naman po ako, hindi ako magkakaroon ng sakit. May common sense naman po tayo. Kapag alam mo nang maraming sakit dyan, tapos hindi ka pa nag-precaution o nagsusuot ng mga face mask, mahahawaan po tayo kahit may faith po tayo. Kaya po ang sabi ng Panginoon kay Joshua, be strong and have good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. So with this, maraming salamat po. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you very much to our fine gentlemen from DepEd Bacoor City, their ITO officer there. Thank you very much, Sir Julie Boy Valeroso. So at this juncture, before we move on and further to our program, we are going to be pausing for a 5-minute health break. That is for our well-being, of course. So once again, we will be pausing at this juncture for a 5-minute health break. So see you all after 5 minutes. I hope you stay until the end of the program.
Good morning po sa ating lahat. So, nandito po tayo muli sa ating
Okay,
capacity
welcome back,
building program for
everybody. I
teachers and
hope
school
that
leaders.
that
So,
5-minute health
ngayon
break
pong
is
araw na
more
to ang
than
ating
enough
topic naman
for
po ay
us to
integrating
stretch
Google
out our
Apps
bodies and,
in
of
Google
course, get
Classroom.
ourselves
So, kasama ko po rito
physically
si Sir Matt
prepared for the
Anthony
next portion of our
Malonzo at ako
engagement
po
this
si Juliber
afternoon, which will
Valerosa
be
from DepEd Bacoor
the question
City.
and answer portion. But
So, to
before we go
begin
to
with,
that,
I
of
just want
course,
to share
let
with
me
you the
just
terminal
once again
objective of this
lead
session. At the
everybody
end of the
into
session,
a stress
participants shall
management
integrate Google
exercise so that
applications
we
and
could get ourselves fully conditioned to listen once again to our second part of the discussion, which is the Q&A portion. So to lead you in this stress management exercise, I just want you to follow my lead once again. Just put your palms together in front of you as if you're like holding a bowl of soup. Ano? Imagine niyo na nasa harapan nyo yung pinaka-paborito nyo na sabaw. Ano? Yung pinaka-paborito nyo sabaw. I hope that you are imagining it right now. And my instruction is, when I say breathe in the soup, I want you to breathe in as deep as you can, slowly, as if you're like savoring the smell of that favorite soup of yours. So when I say breathe in, you're going to be breathing in the soup. And when I say blow, you're going to be blowing the soup as if you're trying to cool it down. So that's the instruction for this activity. Okay? So in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to lead you in this activity. When I say breathe in the soup, breathe in slowly and deeply. Breathe in the soup and blow. Breathe in the soup and blow. Once again, breathe in the soup and blow. You can do it as many times as you can or as much as you want until you feel that you're relaxed and your emotional and thinking brain are very much connected. Because, if we're emotional, that means we're stressed and our brains are not functioning properly. So we should take a pause like that. The 5-minute health break, those are very important to take care of our well-being. So since everybody is back in condition and ready to continue with our next program or the next part of the program, we are now inviting once again Sir Julie Boy Valeroso from DepEd Bacoor City to join us in this Q&A portion. Okay, Sir Julie,
Good
welcome
afternoon po.
po. Magandang hapon po sa inyo, sir.
Yes po.
Ayan. Ready na po ba tayo, sir, for the question and answer portion?
Okay po sir, ready na po.
Okay. Ito po yung mga nakuha nating mga questions we gathered from our comment section. So for us, for our participants, for our viewers, please pour it in. If you do have a lot of clarifications that you want to ask to our resource speaker, just type it in the comment section and we will be trying to get them. But for those who are not going to be able to be accommodated with their questions, feel free to type it in on our Google Classroom streams and we will be channeling it to Sir Julie Boy, or if not, the regional office for them to accommodate and answer or respond to those questions. Okay, so sabi ni Sir Julie Boy, ready na siya? Let's start? Okay. We have some reminders here before we move on, sir. Let me just brush through with this as we wait for the questions. So participants can accomplish all of their outputs until March 19, 2021. We're just giving it away as a reminder right now while waiting for the questions. And we have separate sessions for teachers, school heads, and supervisors for tomorrow's engagement. So that's the last day. And for school heads and supervisors, the facilitators are highly encouraging the use of 2 devices, a laptop and a mobile phone, if it's going to be possible for live tutorials. Okay, so that's about it. And for those who would be missing this broadcast live or this live stream due to power interruptions, don't worry, because we're still going to be available in YouTube and you can always go back and forth to this video even our participants joining us right now, you want to be clarified with a lot of stuff, you still have more clarifications about what Sir Julie Boy has given us, so you can go back to the video after this. Okay. So do we have the questions right now for Sir Julie Boy? We're waiting for questions coming into from our comment section. Sir Julie Boy, kamusta naman po kayo ngayong hapon na ito?
Okay naman po, I am still waiting for the questions. I'm here at my place kasi naka-work from home po every other week.
Ayan yung biggest adjustment natin, sir. No? Okay, we have a question here coming from Ma'am Mercedita Valdez. Is there any intervention po if happened that there are some pupils who are not complying their assigned learning tasks or assignments or quizzes given the dates of submission? Thank you very much po.
Okay, so magandang hapon po, Mercedita. We have many interventions po na pwede natin gawin. For example, we can reach them through SMS, cell phone. Kapag hindi po sila nagsasagot sa online, malay natin baka wala silang internet. So if it's possible to give them a modular lesson, yung mga modules natin, kung hindi po pwede sa kanila ang online, then they can use the modules na binibigay ng region po natin, and we can reach them through text or yung mas mabilis ngayon ay yung messenger po. Diba yun po ang palimit na ginagamit po ng mga teachers po natin.
Ayan. Oh, I completely agree with Sir Julie Boy doon, ano? And we kind of discuss yung digital empathy, or yung online empathy, and something for us to also take a look at, parang isipin natin what's the bottom line, why are these students not being able to submit. So thank you very much, Sir Julie Boy, for answering that query. I hope we get to satisfy Ma'am Mercedita Valdez for that. We're still waiting for some other questions. So once again, questions will be available coming from our YouTube broadcast. So just type in your questions there as we go on, and as Sir Julie Boy makes himself available for this engagement and to answer all your queries. Okay. So once again, let me just remind that this video would still be available until later, okay? Or in the future time. Okay, we have another question here, sir. Raymar Simiano is sending this. Can students work on assignments without an internet connection or offline? Sir.
In this case po, sir, kasi po ang ating LMS, I mean the Google Classroom po ay, although some features po ay pwede po siyang gumana ng offline, but at least kasi need pa rin po ng internet to update yung mga questions, download mo po siya. Like for example, if you are using the Google Drive, you can download into your computer kahit wala kang internet, pwede kang mag-upload. Pero mag-upload lang po yung files po natin kapag meron nakakonect na po siya sa internet. Pwede naman po yun yung later part. Pero pwede naman po yung tinatawag natin na if ang problem po talaga ay internet connection, definitely if you are using Google Classroom, kailangan may internet. Otherwise, kapag wala talaga silang internet connection, then use mo, yung sabi ko nga kaninang una, ay module po ang best option po natin. Kasi although kahit for example nag-enroll ang bata ng online, gusto niya online at the middle of the class, or I mean after few months or few weeks, nawala na po siya, hindi na po siya sumasagot, then yung intervention na tinanong ni Ma'am Mercedita kanina, pwede na po niyang sundin po yun o gawin po yun to look upon the situation of the students. Bakit hindi na nakakasagot yung bata? Yun nga yung sabi ko kanina, baka mamaya naputulan na sila, may emergency talagang wala na talagang internet. Then lahat po yung tinatawag natin, kaya nga po tinawag nating blended learning po tayo, hindi naman po pure online yung ating course. Pero the question is, kailangan pa po ng internet connection to make it the story short, kumbaga.
Thank you very much, Sir Julie Boy. Napakaganda nung sagot, kasi there are things that we can go or do offline, which are the modules that you keep on stressing. And of course, pagka naka-online sila, nandyan naman yung mga activities na itinuturo nyo sa amin. Ano? So, very well said. Thank you very much, sir. It's a multi-prong approach. Another question here, sir, from Miss Jocelyn Atienza. Good afternoon po. Yung quiz created in the classroom po ba is the same with the Google form na makikita ng bata yung score niya and kung saang item siya wrong ang answer or wrong ang response? Thank you po and God bless.
Iba yung nabasa ko, sorry.
Opo.
Dali lang po.
So marami na po kasing pumapasok na questions. Ano? So sir, ulitin ko lang uli. Ano? From Ma'am Jocelyn Atienza. Ayan. Ang tanong po niya, yung quiz created in the classroom po ba is the same with the Google form na makikita ng bata yung score niya at kung saang item siya wrong answer or wrong response?
Depende po yun sa setup ng teacher po. Kasi kapag ginamit niya po, di ba doon sa instruction ko po kanina, yung umpisang-umpisa po, na pwede niya pong i-enable kapag gusto makita ng bata yung kanyang score. Di ba meron po akong diniscuss po kanina. Now, if this yung Google Classroom kasi ay na-incorporate dito yung iba't ibang application ng Google, like for example yung Google Form na pag-create ng exam, makikita same pa rin naman po, parehas lang po sila ng score nung nakikita ng teacher at ng bata. Kasi doon din naman po siya kumukuha doon sa setup na ginawa ng teacher.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Another question here from Ma'am Mona Lisa Olan. Bakit po may case na kapag nag-post ng assignment ang teacher, lumalabas sa need access sa part po ng mga bata? Thanks po.
Please try to consider also your account sa kayong account ng bata. Kasi yung account po ng teachers, when the teacher, ang kanilang gamit po ay DepEd account, definitely kapag sila po ay gumawa, for example, ang gamit nilang quiz o ay Google Form, kung na-check po nila yung DepEd email, di ba meron po tayong settings po doon na ang pwede lang sumagot doon ay yung DepEd email, ang kanilang yung kanilang domain name. So dapat naka-uncheck po yon kasi kapag ang bata ay hindi DepEd ang kanyang email, hindi niya talaga ma-access yun dahil nga naka-check yung DepEd email dun sa setting na ginawa ng teacher. I-uncheck lang po natin yung setting po na DepEd email.
Ayan. That's very important to always look at the setting so that everybody is accessible or for the access of everybody. Ano po? So Maestro Hill TV here is asking, in taking the quiz, sir, is it possible if they use the camera or webcam to monitor if the students is really answering the quiz?
In our new normal kasi, we consider na yung ating mga bata, we cannot, kumbaga hindi natin kayang pigilin kung ang sumagot ay magulang. Kasi nga digital, unless otherwise, yung sinabi niya, siya din po nagtanong na kung pwedeng naka-online yung camera o yung kunwari laptop. Paano kung walang iba yung gamit ng bata? Paano natin mapopwersa na i-open? For example, ang gamit lang niya ay let's say laptop na meron pa bang gano'n? O desktop na walang camera at sumagot lang siya ng Google Form. Paano natin, kasi mahirap natin ma-encourage na 100% talaga na nakikita natin. Give them the benefit of the doubt po kasi na sila yung sumasagot. Otherwise, hindi to ay makakamove on talaga na parang na ay kailangan yung bata ang sumagot. Kasi kumbaga kaya nga po kailangang i-orient po natin yung mga bata o yung klase natin that when taking up this class na sa new normal, kaya nga tinawag natin new normal, ay although alam natin that the pandemic is here and then our education system is affected with the pandemic, ay pwede naman natin po silang i-orient muna that yung lesson ay para sa kanila din to, hindi para sa kinabukasan din nila ito. Something like that. Ngayon, hindi natin mape-prevent talaga yung cheating. o let's say hindi natin mape-prevent, not necessarily cheating, hindi natin mape-prevent na tutulong yung magulang to answer doon sa bata na hindi kaya ng bata.
Ayan. Thank you very much, Sir Julie Boy. Right now talaga, yun yung dapat nating ini-stress, ano? Yung orientation na sinasabi ni Sir. Because definitely, at this point in the pandemic, it's like we have to live into the mantra, it takes a village to raise children. So it's important also to orient our parents as well, ano, in dealing with this. Ano? So katulad nung sinasabi nga ni Sir Julie Boy, bata yung parents, so that they could be very much abreast kung ano talaga yung objective nung pinagagawa natin sa kanila. So thank you, Sir Julie Boy, for answering that question. We have another here, Sir, if you don't mind. Arnelin Lidon is asking, is DepEd email also needed by the students to join, or other email address could be used to join the Google Classroom?
Hindi po sir, ma'am, kasi ang DepEd email is intended for employee only, hindi kasama po ang students. Although sabi natin kapag na-set up po natin sa ating account ang the same domain, pwede yung gamitin ng bata yung the same domain. Pero kapag as is yung klase natin, what I mean, kapag ang teacher ay DepEd ang kanyang account at ang bata ay Gmail na ordinary email, they can use that also, that email also, pero yung may limitation lang. For example, one of the limitations po ay yung ating Google Meet link. Sa account ng bata na ordinary email, walang Meet link doon sa kanyang dashboard. So doon sa aking tutorial po, kapag if that is the case, isa-send nung teacher yung link ng Google Meet doon sa StreamYard, sa stream or doon sa group chat nila mismo para sila ay magkaklase through that link. Ngayon, sabi ko nga kanina, bawal po kasi sa bata ang magkaroon ng DepEd.
Okay. Thank you very much for that clear answer, Sir Julie Boy. We have from Miss Crisel Sim Joyce Gonzalez. Ano po? Ang question niya, good afternoon po. May quarterly or grading period po ba na feature ang Google Classroom pagdating sa grades? Nag-go over all grade po all grade po kahit second grade na po or second grading na po. Thank you po.
Ang maganda natin
That's
gawin
the question.
diyan ay yung ating tutorial kanina ay by topic. Yung ating pag-create ng lesson, di po ba? So if you created a lesson by topics, ay yung grading system niya by topics din po. So you can easily copy paste the grades by topic. Mas madali nating ma-identify yung ating grading system po.
Okay, so it's per topic po pala. Okay po.
Opo.
So
Tutorial
Miss,
po yun, sir.
okay po. Thank you, Sir Julie Boy. We have a question here from Miss Nicklin Therese Munoz. Possible po ba na mag-integrate ang class record sa Google Classroom? I mean, pwede po kaya na yung mga scores ay diretso sa isang class record para mas madali ang pag-grade sa kanila or sa mga bata? Thank you po.
To be honest, hindi ko pa po siya natatry na gumawa ng grading system with the DepEd format o yung ating Form 2 ng class record ng DepEd. So if that the case po kasi, try po natin na sundin yung pag-create ng topics based on the DepEd Order number 30 na meron tayong written words and performance tasks. Yun lang po ang ililimit natin para kapag nag-compute siya, automatic. And then once na i-import po natin kasi yung exam po na, yung ating scores po kasi, di ba? I-import po natin yon, may co-convert siya into Google Sheet. Pwede natin yung formula po natin doon sa class record po natin, pwede natin gamitin yon doon sa na-import natin na grading system. Pero hindi ko pa natry po.
Okay. So worth exploring pa rin, sir, ano? Marami wala tayo pwedeng i-explore pa. Okay, Sir Jerwin's TV here is saying, good afternoon po. Nagsagot na po ako simultaneously while attending the webinar kahapon. Bakit po hindi dumiretso sa Google Classroom classwork yung mga sagot ko yesterday? Maraming salamat po.
medyo hindi ako nakaka-relate po doon sa sa topic niyang nagsagot. Webinar kahapon, hindi dumiretso sa Google. Saan po siya sumagot? Kasi baka mamaya
Yan.
sa external po kasi eh. Baka hindi naman po siya papunta doon talaga sa Google Classroom na sinasagutan niya. Yung link po ba? Baka hindi naman po created sa Google Classroom.
Ayan. So Sir Jerwin, we need more details para masagot ka ni Sir Julie Boy. Okay. Javed Maralit here says, good afternoon po. Pwede po bang gumana ang synchronization features, especially when using mobile phones para sa offline? Thank you po.
Hindi po, pag nag-offline po kasi, once na mag-online, doon pa lang po siya mag-updates. Kasi kapag yan po ay nasa offline po, kung sumagot po tayo, at nandun pa rin po naman po yung data pag sumagot tayo na wala po tayong internet, diba, nag-BPI tayo, at dumating tayo sa lugar na may internet, doon pa lang po siya mag-update ng ating mga data. So, depende po yan kung ano po yung sinasubmit nating data. Baka mamaya pag nag-upload naman po tayo at ang in-upload natin ay materials o yung sagot natin through uploading of files, eh medyo baka hindi kakayanin kasi naka-offline po siya.
Okay po. So yan, ang dami na sagot na questions ni Sir Julie Boy. Ano? We're still waiting for some more because we still have time. But basically, may gusto pa po ba kayong mga idagdag na message, Sir Julie Boy, para sa ating mga viewers right now, especially with the trend of questions that they're giving us?
Yung mga past lesson, division po kasi namin na nakantaktan ng Google Classroom ng training na to kasi they started their Google Classroom na hindi siya organized. Karamihan po kasi nang gumamit ng Google Classroom, syempre nag-browse lang sa internet before, kung paano mag-create ng assignment, mga something like that, ng paano magkaroon ng quiz, mga ganon. They don't realize na meron pala siyang parang LMS yan na pwede mong i-organize yung klase mo. So ngayon pa lang po natin nadidiscuss yan na kung saan ay para hindi sabog-sabog yung lesson. Pero pwede naman po nilang i-adapt yung ngayon yung natutunan po nila sa kanilang klase ngayon.
Yan, so mga additional na message ni Sir sa ating mga viewers. Okay, Mika Sabile here says that or her question is posible po ba na gumawa ng isang Google Classroom for general subject areas for primary grade? Paano po ilalagay ang grade categories ng bawat subject if susundin po ang weighted grade ng bawat subject?
Yung grading system po kasi ay, di ba, bawat subjects magkakaiba po kasi yung kunwari ang kanyang math parang 50-50 po yata ang written work sa performance task. So another set of yung class na na pwede naman niya ilagay doon, di ba, sa create niyang classroom ay ito yung klase ko, may section akong ganito at may mga description po siya na pwede niyang ilagay na pwedeng ito ay math subject lang po, and then mag-create siya ng another with the same students na pwede niyang ilagay dito kapag ESP naman po, kasi ang ESP, di ba, 60-40 ang composition naman po niya. So yun po yung kanyang, para automatic yung grading system po siya, kasi kapag sabay-sabay po natin yan, magkakaiba po kasi yung binigay na DepEd order ng computation ng grades, so dapat magkakahiwalay dito.
Okay. Ayan. Thank you very much, sir, for accommodating that question there. So, Ma'am Jennifer Oriondo is asking, gaano po katagal maaaring magamit ang Google Classroom? Thank you po.
Gaano katagal? Google Classroom is, wala naman po siyang limit. Ang may limit po ay yung, for example, yung Google Meet. Kung gagamit ka ng Google Meet sa iyong Google Classroom, may limit. Sa DepEd po kasi kapag another tip po kasi kapag tayo po naglalagay po ng Google Meet, di ba 100 po yung maximum. Siguro naman wala po tayong 100 na section po na isang klase. So usually po kapag DepEd email ang gamit natin, wala po siyang limit. Pero sa Google Classroom po, wala po. Doon sa mga video conferencing lang po, pag gumamit naman po tayo, for example, outside sa Google Classroom and Google Meet, for example, ay Zoom ang ginamit natin, mas convenient ka gumamit ng Zoom to meet your students. Diba, ang DepEd email po ay usually kapag ang niregister mo sa DepEd, sa account mo sa yung Zoom ay personal, magiging 40 minutes lang po ang limit po niya. Pero kapag ang ginamit mong account mo ay DepEd email pero ang nilagay mong classification ng DepEd email mo ay work o school-based, pang education yung criteria na ginamit mo, wala pong limit. Pero 100 participants po ang limit.
Yan. Oh, that's good to note. Ano po, sir? Thank you very much for those additional information. Ma'am Marie Chris R. Arellano is asking us, good afternoon po, from Balayan National High School po. Ilan po ba ang maximum number of students sa isang classroom? Parang follow-up yata to.
Parang ang natry ko, parang I think hindi ko na ano yung 150 o 250. Hindi ko sure po, sir eh.
Okay.
Maglalagay ba tayo ng tao sa ating Google Classroom? Pero ang alam ko parang 150 or 250, hindi ko po masyadong naano na po yun. Sorry po, hindi. Search ko na lang po para sa inyo po.
The maximum number naman po yun. Ano po? At least more than 100 pa rin, sir, nakikita natin. Di ba?
Yes po.
Okay. So, Sir Eduardo Casabuena here is asking, may chance po ba na nawawala ang mga files na na-send kahit na na-turned in na po? Thanks po.
Mayroong possibility po na mawala po talaga. For example, kapag ang bata ay nag-send o kapag kayo po ay nag-clear ng files ninyo sa Google Drive po ninyo, please be reminded also that the files na na-upload sa ating Google Classroom ay pumupunta sa Google Drive po tayo. Minsan tayo malikot, naglilinis po tayo ng files natin sa Google Drive. Minsan nabubura natin yung mga ibang files, yung pala. Ano kaya tong file na to? Bakit meron pala? Yun pala yung sinubmit na exam o materials na pinasa ng student natin. Although yung mga sinasubmit naman natin, naka-lodge naman po siya sa isang drive lang naman po. Mawawala po siya pag na-delete po natin.
Ayan. Thank you very much, sir. Delphine Samontanes here is asking from Bulihan Elementary School po, Nasugbu. Saan po pwedeng humingi ng permission para maka-create ng DepEd Gmail for pupils? Possible po ba ito? Or pwede po ba regular email gamitin nila for Google Classroom?
Hindi po possible ang DepEd email sa bata. Yan, sinabi ko na kanina po yan. Na-mention ko na po na ang DepEd email po ay intended lang po sa employee, sa regular employee po ng DepEd. Pwede po silang gumamit ng regular DepEd email or yung ordinary DepEd email, pero since sila ay bata, di po ba bata po sila, wala pa po silang 18, under the supervision ng kanilang guardians. Once they mag-create ng account, mayroong permission from their guardian. Hindi po makakapag-create ang bata ng sarili po nila. Kailangan may kumbaga papayag yung guardian na ma-create po sila. Ayan, nandun naman po pag naglagay ka ng age, malalaman po yun na ay underage to, kailangan may consent yung bata. Opo. So pwede tagana po ang Google Classroom yung ordinary email. Yung nga sinabi ko kanina nung unang tanong po ay meron lang certain limitations. Like yung Google Meet, hindi po nakikita sa dashboard. Yun lang naman po ang kaibahan.
Yun. So maganda na i-stress uli natin yan, sir, no? At basically makakatch na yan ang ating mga viewers as we go on. Neren N asks here, automatically recorded po ba yung mga quizzes and assignments sa class record, sir? And how do we encode scores on essay?
Please be reminded also that when we create a Google form na multiple choice, di ba, ini-enable po natin yung quiz, di ba, na ituro po yan sa Google form na lesson po natin. Meron din po yan sa lesson past days po natin na ituro po yun na kailangan i-enable mo siya as quiz para lalagyan mo din ng points. At once na nagsagot yung bata, automatic pupunta na sa Google Classroom o Google Grades, yung grades ng bata. Yung ano naman po, yung tinatawag nating essay type, ikaw po mismo ang maglalagay doon sa summary. Kasi doon, based doon sa criteria, kasi pag gumawa tayo ng essay type na question, please make it sure na alam ng bata yung rubrics. Hindi lang basta magbigay tayo ng assignment, ito yung essay type, question and answer. No. Kailangan meron din po tayong rubrics kung paano nila sagutin. Kasi for example, nagbigay ka ng isang question na yung question na yan ay nasa-search yung sagot sa Google. 'Di ba? Pwedeng i-copy paste. Kapag yung isang bata ay kinopy niya yon, nilagay niya sa kanyang assignment. And then the other student also nakita din yung link pero hindi sila nagkopyahan. Ngayon, ang tendency ngayon sa teacher ay nagkopyahan itong yung bata na to. Nag-copy pa, hindi nila naintindihan na yung kinapi pala ng bata, nakita rin ng bata sa ibang bata sa Google na same source. Kumbaga, yun din ang sinagot niya. Akala tuloy ng teacher, nag-copy-paste silang pare. I mean, nagkopyahan sila, nag-usap-usap sila sa group chat na pareho nila ng sagot. Hindi nalaman ng teacher ngayon na yung same source lang sila nanggaling. Ngayon, to avoid that, para ilalagay natin yung rubrics. Kapag meron po kayong copy-paste na sagot from other sources, ilalagay natin sa rubrics, 1 point lang kayo, ang points ninyo. Kapag originality o yung content ay copy-paste, 2 points. Ganun po, hindi yung baka mamaya naging judgmental po tayo. So iwasan natin kasi alam natin in digital kasi na-access din ng bata kung ano mang content sa Google. Yan.
Ayan. I think for now, that will be the last question, Sir Julie. So once again, maraming salamat sa pag-i-impart ng inyong mga kaalaman, yung expertise nyo for this afternoon. And of course, for accommodating po yung ating mga questions na pagkakarami sa session na ito. And I know there are a lot more coming in. So for those who are still or do still have questions in their minds and are not yet accommodated or are not accommodated for this particular session, pwede po tayong magtanong using our Google Classroom streams. And we will be picking it up so that we can also turn it over to Sir JV para masagot naman niya. So Sir JV, bago ko kayo pakawalan, Sir Julie, baka meron pa kayong mga parting words pa, mga final messages for our viewers or final tips for our viewers for that matter? Sir Julie?
Po, ayan. So, ang ma-advise ko lang po sa ating mga fellow educators, alam po natin that we are experiencing pandemic, hard time. Be considerate also to our learners kasi sila ay may mga pinagdadaanan na hindi natin alam. So, huwag tayo masyadong stricto. Parang kumbaga kapag hindi nakakasagot yung ibabagsak na natin, 0 na sila sa score, yung pala walang pang-load, mga ganun po. Kailangan i-reach out din po natin sila. Hindi lang po doon sa ating online classes. Baka pwede nating i-reach out through, yung nga sabi ko kanina, sa SMS o kapag may group chat tayo, kailangan tignan natin. O kaya pwede naman sigurong kapag pwede na pong mag house to house at nakikita natin yung bata hindi nakakasagot, pwede natin mag-home visit. With, of course, yung tinatawag nating yung social distancing po. I-observe po natin. So, yun lang po. Maraming salamat for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you very much, Sir Julie. Sir Julie, may humabol lang na question pero napaka-interesting lang din niya. Ano daw po ba yung pagkakaiba ng Google Apps sa MS Teams? Bago po tayo magtapos.
MS Teams po ay another platform po yan ng for example, pwedeng may chat din po doon. Embedded na po yung chat sa MS Teams. Microsoft po kasi siya. So dito yung Google Classroom po, ay yung ating Google Apps po ay kay Google. Magkaibang company lang po, but they are catering same tawag dito mga functions, mayroon din video conferencing, may chat, ganun po ang MS Teams.
Ayan. Thank you very much, Sir Julie. Napaka-productive po nung discussion na ito. Ako po tuwang-tuwa dun sa ating naging engagement for this afternoon. Once again, God bless you, Sir Julie, for giving us your time and your expertise, sharing your expertise this afternoon, and accommodating most of our questions on the platform, because this is very much an enlightening afternoon for each and everybody who's listening. I hope that you had a blast with this afternoon's discussion, because I did. Ang dami ko na napulot. And let us not forget yung sinasabi ni Sir Julie, that as much as there is technology, never forget that we also have to use not just the technology but our hearts as well in terms of dealing with our students. So just a reiteration of some reminders po. Participants can accomplish, once again, all their outputs until March 19, 2021. Okay po? So you're given until March 19 to comply with all the requirements, okay, or accomplish our outputs. And then we have separate sessions for teachers, school heads, and supervisors for tomorrow's engagement. And for school heads and supervisors, the facilitators are highly encouraging, once again, the participants to use 2 devices, 1 laptop and another mobile phone for that matter, if possible, for this live tutorial. Ayan. So maraming salamat po sa ating naging magaling na resource person for this afternoon. And I hope that everybody gets to be enlightened with yet another day of learning more about technology and how to apply this technology in our undertakings and deliverables as public servants and of course as DepEd personnel. Ayan. Okay? So with that, the biggest question right now is, after learning all of these things, after learning most about these technologies or those technologies, the question now is, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with those learnings? And let us, in this afternoon, at the end of the day, realize that learning all of this will be useless until we decide or until we choose to utilize them. And of course, trainings like this are aimed to create a better version of ourselves. So the challenge is, let us choose to be a better version of ourselves every single day. With that, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon sa ating mga kababayang Batanggenyo in the Batangas cluster. Magandang hapon po sa inyo. I hope that you had a productive afternoon. Okay, and I hope that everybody still keep safe, and may God bless us all. This has been your moderator for this afternoon. The official voice of the City Schools Division of Tanauan is now officially signing off. Mabuhay po ang Calabarzon. Goodbye everyone and keep safe.